all are allowing delinquent employees to sit on their sofas at home. Are you counting how many times they're logging into their computers? This is absolutely unacceptable.
Hey everyone, it's David, producer for The Benjamin Dixon Show, and like it or not, well, as Lauren Boebert serves what may be her second and final term in Congress, for those that don't know, just take a look at what's going on in her district and in Colorado and what may be on the ballot in 2024, in addition to the fact that she only won her re-election in 2022 by some 500 votes. But I digress. While she's serving this term, she's really not doing well. Aside from getting groped and partaking in adult activities at Beetlejuice plays on her free time, her lack of preparedness in hearings is apparently getting worse and worse. Because yesterday, there was a hearing with a Social Security Administration official, and when it was Boebert's turn, in typical fashion, she decided to try to paint employees of the Social Security Administration as lazy, and it didn't really work out for her very well. Here's what she had to say.
You all are allowing delinquent employees to sit on their sofas at home instead of actually getting to work and doing their jobs. This is absolutely unacceptable.
So according to Boebert, federal employees of the Social Security Administration are getting paid to sit at home on their sofas and not work. What she's basically doing here is trying to say that if you work from home, you're not working, which is definitely not true, but it's a very common talking point from micromanagers and people that don't like the idea of people not working in an office place. See Elon Musk. But here she is telling an official that his employees are lazy, and I'm not sure she was prepared for him to be equipped with the policies that are in place to ensure that people are working and performing as expected.
So our employees are working whether they are in the office or at home, and they are.
Are you monitoring the work that they are doing from home on a regular basis?
Yes, we are.
Every employee, do you have the numbers of the hours that are submitted? Are you counting how many times they're logging into their computers and responding to casework?
So our employees are subject to the same performance management processes and oversight they are whether they're teleworking or working in an office. And we have systems in place that our managers use to schedule, assign, and track workloads. And that includes individual employee workloads in many cases. So real-time understanding of what actions are being processed at any particular given time. Additionally, our employees are required to be accessible to their supervisors, clients, colleagues, and external parties during work hours via a variety of means, including instant messaging, video platforms, and telephone. They are connected to the workplace, whether they are in the office or at the home.
Then why is the backlogs for Social Security applicants increased from 41,000 to 107,000?
Because
Gasp. You mean they're actually being tracked? I mean, I know people that work from home, a couple people whose businesses don't actually have corporate offices at all. And some positions aren't really micromanaged or tracked like that. But we know that especially the lower level type of positions typically are tracked and watched closely. So this really shouldn't come as a surprise. And if Boebert really knew anything, she wouldn't be trying to claim otherwise. The reason she was making this claim, though, as you're about to see, is to try to explain away why Social Security applications and casework is backed up. I'm sure you can guess that that's really not the reason why there's a backup and it takes so long to get things through the pipeline. But here we go.
we've been historically underfunded for a number of years now.
I don't think you're underfunded. You're funded at the Nancy Pelosi levels. At the Democrat levels, we just continued that same funding.
So I would say
at pandemic level spending.
So I would say we'd have an increase of over 8 million beneficiaries over the last 10 years. At the same time, we experienced our lowest work staffing levels at the end of FY22. That's a math problem. I mean, that is a problem. If you have those workloads, increasing, and you don't have the staff to take care of those workloads, you're going to have the backlogs that you're talking about, Representative.
Well, the population is aging, so there are an increase in applications and claims and cases and the government's not increasing the funding for staffing, that's a shocker. I mean, we see similar with the IRS and them not being properly funded, so they only focus on the easy taxes, all of us little people, rather than going after the much higher incomes. But again, I digress. So Boebert wanted to frame the backup in Social Security claims as a laziness problem, as federal employees just not wanting to work, getting paid for nothing, but sitting on their couch, vegging away. When in all actuality, most people are hardworking. They do their jobs, because they kind of need their jobs. And if they don't do their jobs, they're going to lose their jobs. And the backup is because of people like Boebert and her ilk that refuse to maintain adequate funding for the needs of government services that we rely on. It would be nice if rather than attacking a workforce, we were looking at the real issues and figuring out how to address them. But instead, officials like Boebert just love to blame and make excuses, find a reason to make their voters angry rather than actually work for their constituents. Same old, except it's gotten a lot worse, right? Well, as always, let us know what you think in the comments. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and we'll be back.